Welcome to the final stretch of the show, the education sector as it affects all the Nigerian states, because all the Nigerian states have students who sit for the WAEC examinations. And candidates who sat for the 2015 November-December West African Senior School Certificate Examination Private can now check the results of their performances within the next 24 hours. This is according to the new head of National Office of the West African Examination Council, Mr. Isaac Adenipekun, who announced the release of the results in Lagos today.
I am glad to announce the release of the results of the November-December 2015 WAEC for private candidates in Nigeria. Out of the total number of candidates that sat the examination, 235,542 candidates, representing 99.32%, have their result fully processed and released. 1,612,000 candidates, representing 0.68%, have a few of their subjects still being processed due to some errors traceable mainly to the candidates in the course of registration or writing the examination. Such errors are being corrected by the council to enable the affected candidates have their results. Of the total number of candidates that sat the examination, 79,490 candidates, representing 33.51%, obtained 6 credits and above. 113,573 candidates, representing 47.88%, obtained 5 credits. In addition, 146,253 candidates, representing 61.67%, obtained credits and above in 4 subjects, while 175,718 candidates, representing 47.09%, obtained credits and above in 3 subjects.
And for more on this, joining us on News Across Nigeria is the head of the National Office of the West African Examination Council, Mr. Isaac Adenipekun. Thank you for coming on News Across Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
How well did these set of students do in comparison to previous years?
Well, in terms of performance in the examination, it is quite comparable. There have been no serious deviance from the previous year's performance when compared with that of this year.
When you say that, do you mean that it was as bad as previous years, or it was better, or it was the same?
As good as.
As good as?
Yes.
You're looking at the cup half full.
The what?
They're looking at the glass half full and not half empty.
Well, maybe something like that, but what I'm saying is the result for this year was as good as last year. It's quite comparable on all parameters that you may want to compare it.
As an educationist, and we know that the education standards across Nigeria have been criticized for myriad reasons, and it's been described as falling, the performance of students at the senior secondary school level at the WAEC examinations. Is there any difference? Is there any difference now?
Well, when we talk about the standard of education, falling or not falling, you know, there are many schools of thought in that area. There is a school of thought that will tell you that rather than talk about the standard of education falling in Nigeria, we talk about expansion of the standard, that the scope that the candidate or the students have to really cope with. The scope is expanding by the day. And so if you look at what used to be in the past, where you talk about just a few subjects that may not be able to we may not be able to assess it based on those ones now. And we look at what is happening today. You see that the scope has already expanded. You have new subjects that have been introduced. And so therefore, in that slide, we may not be able to say that the standard of education is falling.
Are you saying that learning is more challenging now than before?
Yes, it is, because learning is more challenging. There's no doubt about that. There were a lot of distractions these days that a student really has to cope with. That was not there in the years of yoke. And so therefore, yes, it's becoming challenging. There's no doubt about that. But it's also becoming more interesting as well.
Now, let's quickly talk about the fact that they can now check their results online. How did that come about, and how easy is that access?
Oh, that's just the benefit of ICT. When WAEC has, right from the beginning, I've been trying to deploy ICT into its operation, and we are now reaping the benefits of e-registration, and that has made it possible for them, for candidates, to be able to check the details of their results in the comfort of their home. We don't necessarily come into any WAEC office to queue up or checking anything on the notice board. It has also brought a lot of relief to council as well, because of the pressure that we have had to cope with in those days, in those years, when you have so many candidates, so many people coming to our offices, queuing up to check results. Now, this deployment of ICT has actually helped the candidate, helped WAEC, and other stakeholders.
And they don't need to pay anything, just check online.
They don't need to pay anything.
They already have to buy anything.
No.
To get a code, to check your results online.
At the point of registration, they have a total package that will have given the candidates certain PIN for them to be able to check the result when the result is finally released. So they already have the scratch card with them now, and it's just for them to. But if anyone might have probably misplaced their own scratch card, then they may have to find a way to buy so that they can check. But for those who have been able to keep those registration material package given to them, they will not have to spend extra kobo.
Thank you so much. I'm sure that the students are very happy for this relief. Thank you. That's as far as we can go.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Isaac Adenikpeku is the head of the West African Examinations Council office in Lagos. Now, but staying with education and in the Southwest as well, the Non-Academic Staff Union of Universities, Federal University of Oye-Ekiti chapter, has embarked on an indefinite strike following the non-payment of over 15-month salaries arrears as well as other entitled benefits. The chairman of the union, Dada Adebayo, who led the members in a peaceful protest on the institution's premises, said they can no longer bear the hardship. Meanwhile, the chairman of the governing council, Magaji Bawa, who came out from the middle of a meeting with the institution management to address the union, appealed for peace and calm and added that the matter is being addressed by the council. Another situation we pray for a speedy resolution of. And that's where we leave it for this edition of News Across Nigeria, where we show and tell you what's happening across the 36 states of the Nigerian Federation. I'm Olumide Macaulay. Thank you for watching.